I'm Redbeard the Hippie here with Amanda from her band Bad Reputation and Bailey, who is having a benefit show coming up on the 13th of May to help benefit her medical bills and all that fun
Living
stuff and
expenses.
living expenses and research because I kind of read the
Yes.
thing that said that you're one of like 60 people ever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously that wasn't in the life plan where you're like, I'm going to be one of 60 people ever.
Right? Not at all.
But the fact that you're like, that I saw that you signed up for doing the research part of it, is that just because you're like, nobody knows anything about it and we need to do something? Or,
Yeah, definitely. Because it's been kind of difficult going through this all, and there hasn't been really a set plan of what will happen because there's not really a set course for this type of cancer. So, if what I am going through can help anybody else that happens to go through it, I would love for them to have a easier path than what I've had so far.
then roll the dice and just kind of go, okay, we'll see if this works.
Yeah, that's
Nope.
what's kind of been so far.
And obviously, with it being cancer, everybody knows someone. It's not like it's that random thing where it's like uh, a bomb going off somewhere in, Podunkville or a school shooting in like LA where it's, people can't relate to it. This is more relatable because everybody knows somebody who's had a form of cancer one way or another, family, friends, and everything like that. So the bands that have volunteered to help out with this is Panic, which I heard is a cover band, the Dill Pickles, which those guys are so cool. I've seen them once, and their whole style and their demeanor, it's like this. They look like '70s hippies,
Hippie rock.
but they
Yeah.
have a completely different style. It's like Sublime mixed with like that California vibe, surfer boy, some like speed rappy lyrics in there. It's just really cool, and I had a great time watching them at the KZUM benefit show back in February because that was a crazy ass weekend for me. And then there's Bad Reputation, which is Amanda's
I think.
band's first show. So, what style is Bad Reputation?
We are also right now, a cover band. We plan to do some originals in the future. Right now, we've got a pretty wide variety. We've got some metal in there, some 90s grunge, some 90s, I don't know, pop. We're doing some stuff from like Dorothy, Pretty Reckless, Born on Blondes, Metallica. There's a pretty wide range of stuff we're doing in there. But in the future, what we want to do is take not only do some originals, but take other songs and make them more punk. So take a song that's not at all punk and punk it up.
And make it your own. That's
Yes.
that's one thing that when it comes to cover songs, uh, I ended up going and seeing a band playing in Kansas City, and they did a cover of "Cry Little Sister." "Cry Little Sister" is one of those songs that you know how it sounds, and there's lots of bands that have covered it. I want to see a band take a song like that and like just metal the piss out of it and make it their own and be like,
Yeah.
okay, here's our rendition of "Cry Little Sister," and or do stuff like that. Like you're saying, make it more punk, which is
Yes.
that's gonna be interesting, especially if like which kind of punk are we talking about?
So, hmm. I'm a closet emo. I
Yeah, because
love
the
Good
pink hair,
Charlotte. I love The
the
Used,
oh, so
Blink 182,
you're
stuff
like
like that.
early 2000s,
Oh,
like
yeah.
late 90s, excuse me,
Yes.
early 2000s, uh, like punk, pop punk, grunge punk, like
Yes, I had my brief stint with the boy band phase and found Good Charlotte, and it was all over from there.
Good Charlotte out of that whole group is like the one of the few bands that I'm like
What?
it's not in my taste. Like all the rest of them, I like Blink. Blink just does whatever the hell Blink wants to.
She's gonna make it your taste, though.
I will.
I mean, if she can impress me, then I will change that.
Easy.
I mean, there's not very many band. Like, I mean, if it's on the radio, I'll listen through it, but like, it's not one that I'm like, ooh, the new Good Charlotte album came out, I gotta have it. I'm like,
I'm that one that cranks Good Charlotte.
I'm also kind of as like with the YouTube channel and everything else. I'm like really into the underground scene or the non-mainstream. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If there's certain mainstream bands that'll come through, I'm gonna go see them. But it's more like, okay, if I can spend, $20 to see Evil Shadows, Siphon, and Viscerous, and Insight at the 1867 bar, like I did back in December, I'm gonna take that $20 versus like the 1,200 to go see Taylor Swift.
But sorry.
Easy. Oh no, not me. I'm good.
But but like when you see concert tickets where it's like, and we have a cat that decided to
That
join in. There's one
was the ginger blob.
Blob.
Sorry.
But like even with Evil Shadows, like those guys are gonna be on it, and those obviously you know the vocalist quite well.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be very nice to him. But no, those guys from when I first saw them, I think it was like 6-8 months ago, to what they're putting out now with Light It Up. I think that's the newest one. Like I heard that one before it got released to everybody, and Gary's range on that song is so insane, and he keeps impressing me just with. Because it'll be like this slow, mellow song. He'll let out this like scream thing where you just, where did that come from? And they keep getting better and better on their live shows. I think I've got like 6 or 7 videos now for them.
I gotta take a little bit of credit though, because I'll listen to his songs and be like, you should growl here, scream here, elongate this growl.
But it's
and then he acts
also
like
that
it was his idea.
But then it's also that. Well, I told him he sounded like Sam Kinison, and then he went outside and freaking Googled it and came back in. He was like, "Okay, I'll accept that."
That's what he does. You tell him anything, and he starts Googling it.
Well, he should Google the stash for the Underground Network. Oh wait, no, he's already on that one. It's an underground radio station that I kind of got into working with on accident. I started posting stuff on their page, and they added me into group chats, and I keep working my way through, and now I've got business cards for them. So, and then there is Reggae Omaha.
Yes, I don't know much about them. They contacted me
They sound
and
like
asked
a
if
death
we needed
metal
an
band.
for sure. They contacted me asking if we needed another band, and at the time it was full. But then I had another band drop out last minute, so I messaged them back and asked if they were still interested. They had seen the flyer that we made. I posted it everywhere on the Omaha Musicians page,
Oh yeah, I
on
was.
Let's Talk Papillion. It was everywhere, and they saw it on the Omaha Musicians page and contacted me and asked if they could be in the show.
And I know from like when I was in a band, years and years ago, in my youthful days, and I could actually handle the all-nighters and everything. I remember anytime we'd hear benefit shows, like for a benefit show, it's one of those touchy things because like you'll have a benefit show for everything. Like, this person got into a car wreck, or this person can't find work, or this person got food poisoning versus, bands usually will jump more on like it's helping out somebody with medical expenses for
Hmm.
like obviously this one being a cancer benefit show, and people are going to jump on it more just because it's like, okay, this is something we can all relate to, we're going to be right on it, and obviously it's going to help you out in the long run with getting as many people possible out there, because bands will always promote those things, or they should,
Yeah.
because it's helping somebody out. It's not just like, okay, we're trying to get everybody to our show. It's we're trying to get everybody to her show.
Hmm.
And it is mind blowing to me that people reached out to you and wanted to do it. Like, it's crazy how much support I've gotten from this and from you blasting it everywhere. I cannot thank you enough. And it's crazy how many big hearts there are out there for it.
Yes.
One, like I've never seen anybody do an interview for a show or for a benefit show. So it was I kind of like me and Amanda were talking back and forth, and it's like, hey, maybe we can do an interview.
Hmm.
Well, can we do it in person? It's like I don't know what I'm gonna make it to Omaha. I don't think I've made it there that far yet. I'm hoping to soon, but I haven't made it there. So it's like we'll do the online one, and then we can all get on it. And I know with your chemo, and then you ate a bad salad or something from some restaurant or whatever it
Food
was.
poisoning.
Food poisoning. Yeah. It's been a rough week, but I'm glad that we're still able to do it.
Well, yeah, and like doing it online also gives the benefit of us. Like, okay, I'm hanging out at my daughter's house. I'm not even anywhere near you guys. Like, I think
Yeah.
I'm 2.5 hours from Omaha, anyways. So, I mean, or Lincoln, or we can sit there and do these type of things and still get everybody on it. It's okay. It's my YouTube channel. I can say whatever the fuck I want to, and people can do whatever the fuck they want to on it, as long as there's no copyright strike thingies that'll get me in trouble. As long as we're all adults doing these things, it's perfectly fine.
I mean, chronologically, I'm an adult, but
Mine, I don't know.
I'll forever be a teenager, and it's fine.
Sitting right next to me. I mean, if that says anything on my maturity level. Well, just for backstory, how did you end up figuring out that you had this? Were you just like feeling like shit one day and went to the doctor, or
So it's kind of crazy looking back at it because you start to think of like any sickness or anything that anybody gets. I think you kind of like start to look back and be like, oh, that it kind of makes sense that all this started to happen. I never put two and two together. I had lost probably like 20 pounds. I was the lightest I've ever been. And I was like, oh, I'm just stressed. It must be something else. I like to say I'm pretty tough. So I was just kind of going with it for a few months and I was getting pretty sick. It got to a point where I have it in my pancreas. So like anywhere near that area or my liver, if I pressed on it, if I did anything, it just hurt so bad. And it got to a point where I couldn't even lay down. So once it got to that point, I decided it's probably time to go to the hospital. And then, I thought it was stupid. I was like, there's nothing, they're not going to find anything. I'm just being a baby. And then, no, it turns out I had stage 4 cancer, and kind of my life has been changed since then. But
oh, most definitely,
oh yeah,
yeah. Because I mean, it is always kind of funny where and everybody can relate to that. Like, oh no, it's nothing, it's nothing. I'm fine, I'm fine. Oh, hey, you're actually really sick. Oh,
yeah.
and then like you said, now 2020 hindsight, you're just like, I should have known.
And looking back at everything, my mom, she's a nurse practitioner for cancer. So they started asking like, is it like asking all the symptoms? And I'm like, yeah, that is happening. And I could see you're just like if we would have all added it up together, like we would have known. But it was
the
months of, oh, it's just random things are happening. No, it was cancer.
the typical kid versus the parent. Are you
Yeah.
having these? No, I'm fine. But you're like bleeding from the eyes. No, it's okay. It's supposed to be like
Exactly.
that. It's makeup. No, because it just squirted on the
Mhm.
ceiling. No,
It'll be
I'm
over in a
fine.
second. It's
Yeah,
fine.
see, look, if I close my eyes, it's fine. Just don't worry about it.
Literally, yes.
I mean, because I have a 20-year-old, so I fully understand, like, with that, where you want to be the tough kid. You don't want to be that kid who's just like, oh, I'm hurt or I'm not feeling good. And then your parents are like, yeah, okay, whatever. Go away. And now they're like, okay, we should all the parent teenager or parent kid communication skills right there are amazing.
My
You're fine. Go to
stubbornness did
school.
not help at all. Exactly. My stubbornness did not help at all during this, though.
No,
Facts.
yeah, I've had my fair share of being stubborn. I mean, I didn't come with a warning label or anything of gonna be a giant pain in the ass for my parents. So I mean, I fully get it, and like obviously, chemotherapy sucks. We might as well just say that because I don't know anybody who's like, "Ooh, I get to go to chemo, yay!"
Yeah. No. Long days there. Not fun.
How long does it take you, like, for a chemo session? How long does it take you to kind of regain your energy and go from being just completely wiped out from it to being able to, your cat's back, to doing stuff again?
Hi, Wrigley.
Giggly. Um, so I have been on two different chemos. So the first round, it was every 3 weeks. So it was a week of chemo, and then that week after was awful. And then like that weekend after, it got better. So I would say it took about a week to bounce back from that one. This one that I just took, I wasn't really aware of all the symptoms because I had a taco and it made me sick, so I thought that that was where this was all kind of coming from. Um, didn't realize that this was pretty typical for this chemo. Would have loved a heads up, but it's all right. So
That
right
sounds
now,
typical of
yeah,
medical staff.
right. Um, so it's probably been my last. It's been about a week, and then I have another day on Monday of chemo. So I'll probably be good. I don't know on this one. Hopefully by the end of next week. But it's been rough.
As long as you can make it to the show, I'm pretty sure they'll get like a wheelchair and they'll be like, "All right, you're still going. Come on, wheel you in.
I'll bring
I
you a barf bag. It's fine.
Here's your trash
I
can.
have
Leave her
plans.
alone.
Don't
Wear a
worry.
mask. Here's the face shield. Get the fuck away from her."
Right. But yeah, I'm excited to go. I'm really happy that I'm able to go. At first, it was really sounding like the surgery date. Well, I don't have a surgery date yet, but where they were anticipating surgery, it sounded like it was going to be during the benefit, but it's been pushed back a little bit. So I am very happy that I'm gonna be able to make it.
That's really cool that you're able to, because I mean, obviously you're just all smiles right now being on this interview type thing. So
Yes. There's so many people that have supported me for this, and so many people have reached out to me and Amanda and everyone else that's been helping out, and it's just I can't even describe how much the support means and how many people are actually doing it. It's crazy. So I'm excited to see everybody that is there for me and is supporting me through it.
By the way, your GoFundMe is currently at $2,405.
hell
That's
yeah.
crazy. Never would have expected that. Like I saw people that donated on there, and they're people that I never expected to, or some people I don't even know, and it's just crazy to me that there people do have some good hearts out there. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, they're. I know, like, obviously, with Amanda's, surprised she hasn't gotten a 30-day ban for the amount of posts that she's posting about this thing. but I'm pretty sure that would not look good on Facebook or anything. Yeah, they gave her a 30-day ban for promoting a benefit show
The
for a
benefit.
kid with cancer. Like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna burn that. That would make the internet on fire. There we go.
Right.
Keep posting it, because if they do, then we're getting in CNN and NBC and Fox, and
Everyone's gonna be there.
yeah, we'll get the whole internet ablaze. Be like, this person got banned. Well, really, that'd be hilarious. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be hilarious, but the fact that if you got banned for that would be kind of like, okay, you've hit a new level of douchebag dickheadery.
It could be beneficial though, because then all those people that would hear about it again would be like, I'm going to go support it. I'm going to give to the GoFundMe.
Exactly. Shoot.
And I'm
Maybe
pretty
I'm gonna
sure
contact Facebook and you.
And I'm pretty sure there's enough of us assholes that it'd be like, I'm gonna be there because CNN's gonna be there. Now CNN's like, fuck, we gotta be there. Okay.
Right.
You're like, so do you know anything about this? Yes. Facebook sucks because they banned it. Here's a link. And then the amount of people at the thing be like, everybody wear a different band t-shirt. No one can wear the same one. Here's a list of all the local bands. Wear all the local band t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
Especially
Speaking of local bands, I have a bunch of local band merch that I'm making raffle baskets out of. Like a lot of the local bands jumped on the chance to donate stuff for the raffle prizes, and it's been really cool. Viserys has Evil Shadows, Mindfly, like all kinds of bands.
Viserys is a bunch of cool dudes too.
Oh yeah, me and Danjo are real good friends. I met him I had met him for the first time in 1 week, and then in 2 weeks he showed up at my wedding, and I was like, cool.
Yeah, we'd been messaging back and forth on Facebook trying to get me to a show so I could see him, and it was like I was gonna be at one, and then they canceled on it, or they'd invite me to one, but I already had plans being in a different area, or I'd have a family thing going on, or I couldn't make it to it, and it 6 months later I finally meet him, and it's like, good to finally put a face with a profile picture. But yeah, he's one of the few dudes that I've seen that you talk to him off stage, and he's just happy-go-lucky, and then he gets on stage, and there's some switch that flips in there, and he turns into this fucking monster on there.
And his favorite word is fuck. At the last show I was at, I made it a point to count how many times he said it in one set.
Ooh, 87.
He got up to 66 at the one I was at.
Not a bad guess.
And it was really cool because at that show, he did actually pull me up on stage and have me talk about Bailey's benefit while I was there. And Gravestone handed me $50 to donate towards her. And
those guys are a bunch of cool dudes too.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And a few other people donated some money on the spot there, so it was really cool.
That is cool, especially even Viserys isn't on the bill, but they're still trying to help bring awareness and promote the show and get people to it or help donate. And that's kind of I've noticed a metal rock music community thing where every one of those guys will do whatever they can to help somebody else out, especially hey, if you're not doing anything Friday, we're playing in Kansas City, but in Lincoln, you can go see these guys because our friends are playing at this place, and it's a really big unity thing that's really cool that you see amongst the local scenes.
And don't get me wrong, I did want to put him on the bill. I thought about it, but I'm like, this is a family event too, and I don't know how well his music would go over.
I don't know if it's per se music, but antics.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, what is your religious preference? Oh, okay. How offended are you on a daily basis? Oh. Look, all right, we got a Karen in the making. What's your normal house decor? Live, laugh, love. Ah, fuck. And you're holding a Starbucks coffee. Shit.
Like, I love Banjo to death. I just wanted to pick bands that people would recognize the music and have a good time, and just a wide variety of different stuff that people would, I don't want to say they would enjoy listening to because that sounds really bad. Just not like the screaming stuff that would chase the elderly people out and stuff.
One, like, if her family's gonna be there, you also,
Right.
and I'm not like taking away from any of the other bands, but it's one of the times where you cater more towards the the family and
Mm-hmm.
her, that it's like, okay, we know that you're huge into like punk music, but we got all these aggressive death metal bands. We appreciate it, but could we have more like the stuff I'm into? Because
Yeah.
so, did you have a say in any of the bands that were on this bill, or were you just like, you guys are wanting to play for a benefit for me? Cool.
I honestly, Amanda has done this, and she has taken this all under her wing and done it, and I cannot thank her enough. So I didn't have a say, and I really am. She
That
knows my
sounds so bad.
taste. Not at all.
It's your
But
benefit.
she
Fuck you.
knows
This
my
is what we're
taste.
doing.
We have some similar tastes, and I think after this I'm gonna have to go to some concerts with her. I saw you add me to some of your Facebook groups, so we're gonna have to definitely go, because from what you guys are talking about, definitely something that I want to check out.
Oh,
Yeah.
just like, I know I've only been doing this for about 2 years now. It's morphed into something more than what it originally was.
I will
Hey,
say we've got some pretty cool prizes up for grabs. Um, like I said, we have a bunch of band raffle or band merch raffle baskets. Caterpillar Vapes donated a $300 gift basket full of like disposables and all kinds of goodies. Sorry, I was looking at it because it's right next to me.
No, you're looking at her. We know that. See, because there's like, I can go like this and my hand disappears.
um, Miller Music House donated a acoustic guitar. I got a ukulele from Guitar Center, which completely shocked me because they don't donate to anybody. But I made the girl cry on accident, so she felt bad and gave me a ukulele.
There we go, kids. Safety tip for on getting donations for benefit shows: make them cry with emotions, not by hurting them.
And the biggest prize we have, which completely like took me off guard, a woman I don't even know that just happens to have a mutual friend with Gary contacted me. Her family owns a hunting lodge in Missouri and one in South Africa. And she donated a hunting trip, not elephants and endangered things like stupid pigs and stuff,
Like
but
gazelles.
like invasive species. But it's a hunting safari
So,
trip for
poachers.
poachers. That's the ones trying to get the elephants and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's why it's a hunting trip for poachers. We're gonna go shoot the poachers. We find
Yes,
them and shoot invasive species. All right,
yes.
fuck this guy. Plah!
But it's for up to 6 people. Your food and lodging and everything is covered. You just have to pay your plane tickets.
Shit.
That's crazy.
And it's an entire trip to South Africa. And she's like, and if like it's gonna be up for auction, and she's like, and if it doesn't sell, you're not out anything. It's completely 100% donated.
That's really
crazy.
cool and completely mind blowing too. That
Mm-hmm.
I had to check to make sure it wasn't some random Nigerian prince looking for some Google cards.
if you don't forward this
I did
email to
not believe it
27
at
of your
first.
closest friends.
I did not believe it at first, but I did some research. I found the page for the lodge in Africa and the one in Missouri. And on their page in Africa, they actually do donate to the African Children's Fund out there too. So they're a legit place. I have the contact info of the owners and everything.
Well,
So
that's
like,
also a
Crazy.
good way to do it, to make sure that it is actual. Because, I mean, you don't want to say that people would do something like that, but
mhm.
in the world we live in anymore, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Right. And they didn't ask for a dime. They didn't ask for anything.
That's awesome that people are doing that. Especially like you said, the place that never donates anything donates stuff, and like there's a huge amount of support for Bailey to help her get through this and get cancer squared in whatever orifice it has.
We've got all kinds of gift cards from all over the place. I can't even tell you. We've got like one for archery lessons and like just all kinds of different stuff.
You can
And
do the
what we
archery
put the
lesson and then win the hunting trip and use a bow and arrow.
we're gonna put all the gift cards in a basket, and every like when we draw someone, people will have the option to go pick the gift card they want, so they don't stuck with something they're never gonna use. Um, what else do we have? We have so much stuff.
I know we're getting a Blackstone donated as well. There's like two baskets from a massage place, or like $500 each in it. There's Warner Park, a baseball field by us. They have like VIP ticket sections for one of the games that they're donating. A bunch of just big old beautiful baskets that people have made as well.
That's awesome. I mean
Mm-hmm.
and with trying to get as many people out, I mean we might be doing some short little clips and editing, and obviously it's going to be one big interview. Will be well, as long as the computer and YouTube decide to let me post it that way. But breaking up like into pieces like this, where it's okay, here's all the prizes, here's all these things, so we can break it up, so then use that as promotional things to help bring more people in and bring more awareness, and make reels for Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and whatever the hell else it did. I think I got all of them.
Oh, we're also doing something called a karaoke war. And how that works is
I win.
You can pay $5 to basically force somebody to sing whatever song you pick. And they have the option to either sing the song, pay 10 to get out of it, or 15 to push it on to somebody else. And that's gone over really well in benefits that I've done in the past, because people love to mess with each other.
That's smart.
And that'll happen for the first couple hours before the bands go on.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I had Gary singing My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas.
That's awesome.
And I have video of it.
So it's multiple things. It's fun for everybody. It's entertaining, and there's also a blackmail aspect behind it too.
And Bailey benefits from all of it.
Exactly. And she's
better bring my $10 bills.
She's also
me and Angela completely attacked Gary at the last benefit. Except somebody got me. They made me get up on stage and sing Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy one. Well, it depends. Which Frozen song was it?
Let It Go. I might have to nominate Bailey to sing some Disturbed.
That might be the only song. Otherwise, I'm bringing all my $10 bills with me.
So me and Bailey, we used to work together. And we would listen to all kinds of random music because we'd have to drive a kid to Gretna and back. And we would, I don't know what got it started, but we were just back and forth going, oh,
anytime I hear a Disturbed song now, it's like, I'll listen to it, it's like, where is it? Where is that one line? Like, that's... For some reason, that's what everyone knows Disturbed as now, is you wait for that, and you're just like, yes! Kind of like when Korn does his little gibberish thing, and you hear it in a song, and it's like, yes, there it is! Or there's the bagpipes! And
But
that's
yeah,
the
me and Bailey used to get in all kind. We probably would have got it fired if they knew what we were doing in that van. Like we would go places we weren't supposed to. We ended up in Plattsmouth once.
Good
Once
thing they didn't have the GPS.
there was no GPS in the van, so we just took our kid liked to go on car rides, so we would just go everywhere. And then once we pulled over because there was a snake in the road, but we wanted to see if it was alive. So
Yeah.
Bailey jumped out of the van and poked it with a stick.
was it?
It was
No.
dead.
Did you poke it twice just to make sure?
I flipped. I made a shish kebab with it. It was dead.
It was dead, dead. You made sure it was dead, dead.
It was dead.
We went on some roads we didn't think we were gonna come back from. Honestly,
Oh, those are the ones that I love
remember that
going
one
down.
road?
We ended up in some random cornfield in this 15-passenger van.
And it was muddy. We thought we were gonna get stuck for good.
Then we would have got fired.
Yeah, we would have.
Well, I'd go out magnet fishing. I was trying to find a spot, and Google Maps is like, go down here, and I'm like, this is a dirt road. Okay, now I'm driving through a corn. This is a farmer's road. I'm in the wrong damn area. I'm in the Midwest.
That's how horror movies start.
Well, that's how you get shot at, which has happened before when I went through a field. I was a whole lot younger, and I was running through, and people were like, "Yeah, they were shooting at you." I was like, okay."
Okay. Not my fault.
I had to get away from the people behind me. I don't know what we were doing, but I don't remember. But yeah, that's how horror movies. But it's like driving down a dirt road into like a one lane, and you could see that it was soil, and it's like, this is not where I need to be. This is take a turn left. Like there's no left. There's no left, and there's no right, left. Like Then I finally found where I went fishing at, and then pulled out like 3 buckets worth of metal. So it was under a railroad bridge.
I told Bailey she had to tattoo her head so I could vicariously live through her scalp.
Well, with this round of chemo, I think it will be gone here soon, and I've been wanting to. So, what should I get? What should I
We
get?
could do a donate. Well, no, I would say we could do a donation, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a whole bunch of dicks tattooed on your head.
Yeah, do that.
See, that's where donations like, all right, $50 and you can pick an idea or a design. You're gonna have like dicks tattooed all over your head, and then somebody's gonna be like body count, and then there's gonna be
Eventually, though. So I mean,
Then you'd never know.
until everybody took a picture of it.
Everyone can just say it's a smiley face. I would never know.
Now I've got a few friends that have their domes tattooed. They said it was not the most pleasant experience.
I didn't think it would be, but I mean, I would love to do it. I wanted to.
Just because you can, and you're like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, why not? I don't know how many more times I'll be bald in my life. I'm gonna have to be bald again so I can show off my tattoo.
Midlife crisis. You could pull a Britney Spears and just.
Yep. Yeah.
This is my midlife crisis.
I can't
beautiful.
have a midlife crisis. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go get tattooed for my midlife crisis.
You're gonna color
You can go get them lasered for your midlife crisis.
Or I could do like Ronald Radke, just like black out all of them. And I don't understand that set of tattoos, like the blackout tattoos. That sounds like way more work to get something blacked in, and the amount that you have to put into it to get it completely black. I'll pass. Yeah, so I don't know what my midlife crisis is gonna be. I've already been in a band. I've got the tattoos. I've done all the
You're
drinking.
something stupid.
I've done the majority of the piercings. I mean, I'm running.
You got some headspace. Tattoo your head.
I actually can't tattoo the head or the face. I I had to make a promise to my grandma before she passed away, and she told me not to tattoo my head or my face. So
You got a lot of hair that you can color.
I
that's
got you.
yeah, but that'd be really interesting. Be like, your red beard? Yeah, but it's green. Shut up.
Make a whole rainbow.
I'm, then I can go to Pride Fest and then
Woo!
really get some of those kids trying to figure shit out. Be like, so you're straight, but you have a rainbow colored beard. No, I'm lesbian with a rainbow colored beard. Get it right. I like
Gary's in the
women. I don't
background
like.
giggling.
I like women. I don't like guys. It's a joke I've been saying since I was 16. It's not like it's something new. It's a different way of thinking about things. And people are like,
That's funny.
I mean, it
Good
makes
point.
it follows it. So I don't have the correct anatomy to be a lesbian, but by definition, I'm a lesbian. So
Same difference.
it makes people stop for a moment to sit there and go, the fuck is he? Wait a minute. Okay, he's got a point there. I mean, we can't get mad at that.
So, Bailey, I know you had talked to me a little bit about someone had said something about possibly being your match. Did they find you a match for a liver?
So I actually just reached out to that lady today. Um, they have not found a match yet. It sounds like they're getting farther on her than most. She's actually the only person that has reached out to me. They've been doing scans on her and doing a bunch of tests. They're just waiting to see how those go, and then they're going to get back to her. I have a meeting here on Wednesday with my surgeon to hopefully hear more about it, but it just kind of sounds like they're pushing the surgery date back and working on finding the donor, but they haven't quite pinpointed who it is yet.
So I know they said you need a live donor because of the size and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess my question always was, why couldn't they use a liver of someone who passed that was just of smaller stature
That
instead of a live donor?
that's always kind of been my question too, or why they couldn't just cut a cadaver donor in half and use that. It wasn't exactly clear, and they kind of made it sound like I would have a better chance of not having cancer cells regenerate in my liver if it were a live donor rather than a cadaver donor, just because it has spread. And typically, so I have stage 4, so
Mm-hmm.
typically do they don't try to put I mean, they will try to put the cancer patient into remission, but when you have stage 4, that's not typically the case. So that is mainly why they are trying to find the a live donor instead of a cadaver donor for that, just so that it doesn't spread and there is no chance of anything from them coming into me.
On the off chance that they aren't able to find a live match, will they use a cadaver donor as an option, or is that just completely off the table?
They haven't really mentioned that yet. They sound pretty confident that they're going to find a donor, but if not, it kind of sounds like I might just see if chemo will be able to put me into remission.
Random question to go along with this: where would somebody be able to go, like if they're wanting to try to see if they can be a match for either you or someone else who is going through something similar to this? Where's a location they could go to see if they match with people?
So I have posted a couple of different things for the liver transplant. I have a phone number. I could get that sent to you if you wanted that. But there is a phone number for my case in particular that will reach out to the Nebraska Medical Center to see. I know that there's a link that they will get sent that someone actually has sent to me that I can get sent out to start the process for it. I know for a live transplant, well, I mean, I guess if anybody's trying to do it, it would be a live transplant.
Because we already
But
talked about cadavers, and they said no to cadavers, so it has to be
yes.
live.
So I know for live transplants, they have to reach out to the hospitals. So this is basically what you're asking. But I don't know if it's different for everybody. If there's like a list of people that need live donors that you can reach out for them, or if they have to get that information sent out to everybody themselves. But for me personally, I have a phone number through the Med Center, the Nebraska Medical Center, and a website link that got them closer to being able to be a donor.
I would share the list of credentials you need to be able to consider to be a donor too, because you have a few things on there that would make you eligible.
You had to be
Um,
blood type O. I remember seeing that.
Yes, so O positive or O negative. The BMI has to be, I believe, 30 or below, and the age has to be between 18 and 49.
Biological age, not made up age. We
Yes.
wanted to make that.
Yes. And there can't, like, there's a lot of other things that apply with it, but if you were to call the number or go online and do the thing online for it, it will tell you a lot more about it and what other things apply for it. Those are just like the main things that you have to fit in those guidelines. But I mean, obviously, like if you have cancer, like I can't have your liver. But they would definitely get you set in the right direction for being able to help somebody. If not me, then somebody else.
And I'm pretty sure there's also different screenings that they have, like a screening process. Like you can't have these diseases or these bloodborne illnesses or like obviously any illegal substances running through your system.
I mean, those walk out in time, but yes.
Like I myself, I was not able to be screened because I lived in Europe for part of my life. And if you were born in Europe between 1980 and 1990, there's like this minute chance that you could have mad cow disease. So I'm not allowed to give blood or donate my organs. Otherwise, I would have laid on the table right then and there.
As long as you had a match.
Right.
Be kind of pointless, like, oh, I'm AB positive. Oh, you need, oh, well, fuck it, here, take this. So
Also, for the person that is, when they do find a match, it's at no cost to the person donating.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Everything's covered.
Yes.
And
that's why
you get a cool battle scar from it, and you got to help somebody out.
And a vacation.
Yeah, because no company is going to be like, you're doing what? Well, I'm helping somebody out so they can survive.
They live.
Oh. Okay, how long you need off? 2 weeks? Okay. We'll help you out.
And fun fact, the part that you donated will grow back anyways.
Yeah.
So you got to stop drinking for a couple of weeks. It's like 3 to 4 months, I think, was what I read on the site or on the link thing, that like it'd grow back fully and you'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of becoming a part of her.
Exactly. It's crazy to think about, but exactly.
I mean, I've seen how. Well, we might need to do some more scans because I remember seeing the movie Idle Hand where the guy got the hand replacement and like lost his fucking mind during it. So we might have to start doing some more screenings. They're carving like satanic emblems in her head or swastikas or something. Be like, oh, okay, time to go get that liver back. Where did we get it from?
I'd like to give this back, please.
Last name said Manson?
No.
Great. I know that was mean because everybody loves good old Chucky.
Stop laughing. He's back here like almost crying.
It's like comedy night. He just gets to hear the whole behind the scenes interview before the interview gets posted.
Oh, he's such an eavesdropper. We used to, when we worked together, we used to go home and then get on a Facebook call like this with a bunch of other coworkers and just bitch about everything. And he would sit there like it was his soap opera with his popcorn, just listening to everything we're talking about, cracking up.
He was basically working there too.
He knew all the tea.
I hate her too. That bitch done did her dirty. You don't even know her. 5'4", blonde hair, 187 pounds, has a rose tattoo on her shoulder. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
We'd go out and he would be looking at people, mean mugging them, like, yeah, she doesn't
I,
know I don't like her, but fuck that bitch.
He
I know what you
would.
did. You done blew that guy's husband. He thought he was gay. Apparently he wasn't.
He's just hiding it.
Gary, shut up.
What do you say?
He said she's just hiding it.
All right, note to self.
He paused his movie to listen to this.
I bet he did. This is way more entertaining. Shit, we could almost do like a live stand-up comedy thing with the three of us. Random shit. Hey, Gary'd be sitting in the crowd just with the popcorn. Definitely be.
I think we're on to something.
Let's see. The show is Saturday on the 13th.
From 4 to midnight.
Or whenever.
Whenever. We'll bring the party somewhere else.
That's the way. I mean, I've never once left the bar and been like, okay, the party's over, time to go home. Okay, everybody go home. Oh, well, this was definitely fun. There's going to be some segments of this that are going to get posted. Like, obviously, there's going to be the full interview that in all its entirety and humor and random squirrelness of random, like, it goes from, okay, bands that that are going to be at the show to how did you find out of this, back to music, over to this. So it makes the interviews at least a little more fun versus, you know, me sitting here with a boring ass piece of paper like
Going down the
yeah, I mean it makes it more genuine and makes it more fun, and you're beaming with smiles because you got asked to be on this, which is really cool, and I appreciate you being here for it. We made sure that we could get you on it, so being able to do this online one and everybody being where they're at and getting you on it, that's really cool.
I'm so happy I was able to get on it with you guys.
Oh, we've been pushing it back to where, okay, how about this day? I can't. I got some family stuff that came up. I can't do it this day. Okay, well, how about this day? Okay, well, we can get her there, but she can't come over because she's still not feeling good. She's got Facebook, right? Well, yeah. Okay, we'll do it this way. We'll get everybody involved. So, I mean, just the fact that it's your benefit show and having you on the interview where people can, you know, watch it and see what's going on and probably go, what the fuck did these three people talk about for 45 minutes? And Gary's dying in the background. But
Hopefully
yeah,
I'll get for it too. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited that I'm able to be here and go to the benefit as well.
most definitely. Because, I mean, like, obviously the bands are kick-ass. It's awesome that you're going to be there. The support, the donations, like, just with me saying this, like, the smile keeps getting bigger and bigger, and there's that, like, beam where you're just like, kind of like the kid in the candy shop, like, I didn't know this is possible for people to do this amount of stuff for people or for somebody. But, like, obviously we hope they can find you an organ donor. If you guys can send me a link, we'll post it in the comments. We'll post it with the video. You know, we'll do whatever we can. Obviously, there's going to be some segments of this we're going to chop up for reels and just try to help promote it even more. And
I think I sent you a link for the GoFundMe too.
Yes, and I remember sharing that. And shortly after that, I had another friend send me one, and I got to share that one too, from back in Kansas that I've known for years and years and years. But yeah, as long as we can help somebody out, and just the fact that you're trying to figure out how to phrase this the right way, because I don't think there's going to be a way. The fact that you're donating yourself to be able to help further the research in it is really cool.
Yeah.
I did say that right without sounding too weird, right?
Yeah.
But just everything. So we hope there's a really good turnout. I'm gonna try to get. Well, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna get this out by the end of the weekend, if not sooner. So then it'll give you guys time, everybody time to share it, and
Yeah.
the reels and the clips, and try to get as much as we can for people for GoFundMe or for even just the possible of somebody going, okay, I may not be able to help her, but I can go to this place and try to help somebody else out. Maybe donate some blood, plasma, bone marrow, part of my liver. So
Definitely. I'll just send you the link through this group that we made for the number and the website for the donation.
okay, yeah, and we're gonna do some different effects, and I'll try to make it kind of interesting. But yeah,
Perfect.
this one is been a different style because I never have seen anybody talk about a benefit show or talk with the people the benefit shows are for, or finding out what's going on with them, or because sometimes benefit shows aren't always for the most justified cause or for the most
Mhm.
justified reason. Like Fred stubbed his toe, so we got to give him a benefit show. Versus 21-year-old kid who found out she had cancer that only 60 people have. And yes, I reiterate the 60 people because that shows how little we know about it. So doing these things to help people further the benefit, and because the one phrase has not been said the whole time, I will say it: fuck cancer. And that's
Cancer.
there we go.
Agreed.
Oh, you can't say agreed. You got to say fuck cancer because
Fuck cancer.
all right, that's gonna be a fucking reel right there. A fuck cancer. That one's gonna be funny. That might actually, yeah.
I love it.
My mom's gonna be so mad at me.
Mine too.
My parents are just gonna go, okay, so this is what he does.
I should have
My
worn
mom
my
will be like, "Watch your mouth," and my dad will be like, "It's just a word."
fuck box for this.
My parents always told me to watch my mouth. Like, hey,
It-
I, as you can tell, I've drove my parents probably completely nuts. One's fully gray hair, the other one's completely bald. So, but this is the kind of stuff that I do where I can obviously do an interview with you guys. We can help bring more awareness to this form of cancer, get more people out to the benefit show, and just the fact of the battle karaoke is such a hilarious idea.
yes.
And the amount of fuck yous that are going to be said, you could almost run around with a swear jar. Like every
Good
time
idea.
every time somebody passes it, like fuck you, it'll be
Oh,
$1.
swear jar.
But let everybody know, like before it starts, like hey, if you get it passed and we hear and 5 people hear you say fuck you, you got to put $1 in the jar. It's the fuck you jar.
Like that.
Well, and you got to have more than one person, obviously, because anybody would be like, he said it. I've known this guy my entire life. He's never once cussed, ever. Well, he said it. No, he didn't. Because we all know that one person that they'll shoot, or they never cuss. My kids are sneaky where they're finding words that can sound very similar to it, and I'm not saying my hearing's the worst, but I've been to my fair share of concerts and loud equipment, and there has been a little bit of damage done to it where they'll say something slight enough, close enough that it'll trigger. What'd you say? I said this. Okay, you might have said that one. Every now and then they'll say one so far out absurd where it's like, my hearing's not that bad. You guys just don't speak loud enough.
I just stand on Gary's left side because he's deaf on that side, and I can say whatever I want. He'll be like, huh?
As long as you say it on the correct left side. If you say, God, my husband's a
On the
fucking
wrong
moron.
left side, then I'm in trouble.
Yeah, on the other side, like, shit, wrong left side.
Go to the other side real quick. Say it again.
Redo.
Until he puts a hearing aid in that side and you don't know about it. God damn it.
For all I know, he probably already did.
Now he's over there, Google hearing aids. How to
No, he's
order
over there
one.
petting his hair like he always does. See, I told you do it.
And it's the
Yep. And it's always I've done it on cue. I'll be like, whoever I'm sitting next to will be like, watch this, and I'll point, and then he'll go.
he's an 80s rocker, leave him alone.
I don't have to. I married him.
That was my choice.
Yeah, but you know how much fun it is to prank him? Because his memory's so bad, he forgot that I pranked him, and he never pays me back. He walked in the house one day, and I chucked an egg at him.
My kids
And
tried.
I waited till he was in the shower. And I waited till I heard the shampoo bottle, and I ran in there with some ketchup and mustard, and he was like, all I hear is, oh, my eye.
That's
Look in the
funny.
mirror. Oh, hey, take a picture of this. This is the next makeup idea for the concert.
Mustard eye.
Hey, there could also be a song title in that one, too.
That's your next makeup. I'm just going to paint a big mustard bottle right on your forehead.
With their Evil Shadow's next hit single, Muster Eye.
Mm.
If you
Sounds
leave
like
out
an
the D,
infection.
now the question is, where is that infection actually at?
Hi, Joe.
She heard you. Shut up. You're not supposed to be in this interview.
You gotta take the spotlight every once in a while.
He's such a diva.
Mm.
He's a vocalist. Vocalists like
Like
the
they're
spotlight.
going to set up and he's like, I've got my microphone bag, which is actually a Victoria's Secret bag that he stole from me.
Yes. Rock it.
I mean, I don't know anything about vocalists. Check. All right, we're good. All right, cool. I'm gonna go grab my beer. We're still hauling up gear. Oh, you guys have like 37 fucking tuning pedals. It'll take you at least 5 minutes to figure out which chords you're gonna play. Click, 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 click. It's not making any. Did you plug it in?
Oh.
And I'm the one who's drunk already, and you guys can't remember to plug your instruments in. Mine's already checked.
This is the most random interview for a benefit I've ever seen.
That's what makes it authentic and makes it fun.
I know, it's hilarious.
Because there's the serious moments, and like we can, I mean, I might have to go through and be like, okay, all the serious moments, and be like, here's the full uncut version.
The 5 minutes of seriousness and then the rest.
Yeah, we have a.
Me and Bailey are never serious when we're in the same room together.
Well, I mean, if I put the uncut interview in there, that like, I mean, you watch all the movies where it's like the DC ones, where it's the, what was that, League of, where they had Cyborg, Flash that sucked, Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman.
Justice League.
Yeah,
Justice League.
I was like League of Legends, like that doesn't sound right. But then they like released an uncut version later that was like 4 hours long versus the 2 hour long movie that was way better. So we'd just be like, uncut interview. But no, this has been really fun. I hope the benefit turns out really well. It seems like it's gaining a lot of traction. Like a lot of people have sat there and said that they're interested or that they're going. I don't know if I can make it. I'm gonna try, but I gotta see where finances and
You have
travel.
already. You really have.
Well, I'd like to get up there, but I gotta see what's going on with the house too, because
I haven't really been working all that hard since this whole cancer thing. So yeah, moved back.
Don't.
They tried to get me to stay at the job that I was at, but like it was dirty there, and I was not trying to do that. I would tell you the stories, but
We'll talk later.
yeah,
this
not
is
on.
a non. This part will be edited out for sure. Be like, but yeah, no, with the that sucks that your job is like you need
Or
to.
it's gonna be like, oh, you have cancer, you still need to stay.
Well, they're like, yeah, just come in on the like. I gave them my whole schedule because it was like at the beginning of this all, I had fluids. Well, I had fluids like 3-4 times a week. So I was going into the hospital and it was all random times. It was just throughout the day. So like there was maybe like 2 days that I could have came in and they're like, yeah, like we're excited to see you there. We're still going to cheer you on. And I'm like, I'm not coming. They're like, oh, well, we'll hold your job until you're back. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to come back. Like I got the cancer, man. I don't want to be here.
Good Lord.
Okay, so you have chemo at 8:00 in the morning. After chemo, can you come in? So you're gonna be
Right.
a little late.
We're kind of staffed. We kind of need you there. Yeah.
You get your new liver at 7. I'm gonna need you in at 7:45.
Literally.
It's a 15-minute drive from the hospital to here. Okay, fine. 8:10 at the latest.
I will be projectile vomiting there, but you know, it's fine. It's probably cleaner than what was really going on there.
Make sure you get in the trash can.
I'll try.
Unless
Those
you
puke
throw
bags.
unless you throw up on that guy, or that guy, because nobody likes those guys. Throw up on them. That's okay. We'll look the other way. Whoa. Oh, you
Funny,
got it this
there was
ear.
probably a list too.
Oh. Like, oh, what the hell is it? Oh, she got it in the ear. So wrong and so fucked up in so many ways. Yeah, it's weird when places are like, oh, well, we need you here.
Well, he didn't need me before, so you can figure it out when I'm not.
Exactly. Well, at least they didn't use the one line. Well, have you tried not having cancer?
Oh my God.
Look, how did I not think of that one? This is her last wish. She's just in here for chemo.
She just wants to be in a mosh pit one last time. Just roll your gurney back and forth.
Right.
We need suits. If we wear suits and we say we're with Make-A-Wish Foundation, we might be able to pull this off.
I look like I could be the age for it.
Or we might get arrested for impersonating like Make-A-Wish. So
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing I've been arrested for.
Why don't they make a wish for adults?
Listen, I feel like if I just pull my cancer card, we'll get away with it.
You will.
For bodyguard.
There's an actual ID card and everything. You're like, boom.
Cancer, you can't say shit.
Multi-pass. Bailey, multi-pass.
I got all of them here with me. We got the C card, man.
Just to see people go, just get the fuck out of here.
Do you have cancer? Didn't think so.
You're gonna make her cry. You don't want to see her cry because you won't ever be able to unsee that. Take a tear. I don't think anybody.
Oh my
like,
God.
They wouldn't even know what to say. The amount of people I've made super uncomfortable, just like, oh, did you just decide to get that new cut? It's the cancer cut, but yeah. And they're just like, oh, okay. Or like they just say things and I'm like, I don't even like try to make you feel bad. I think it's funny that you like say those things.
Just
Not that I have
because,
cancer, but
and it's also showing that you have that you're still in good spirits, or you haven't given up the fight or whatever, anything like that. But yeah, it's the one thing. And then you'll get that one person that'll fire something back and be like, "I like you. You're cool." Because you
it
actually
usually
said.
takes everybody a minute.
But there's always that one person that'll fire it off the top of the head, like, "I just thought you were in the military." Same thing.
I'm just gonna walk up to Bailey and be like, shine the head up a little bit.
Get the chamois out.
You trying to make a wish?
She's a genie in a bottle. Come on. I'm Robin. That's not
I
where,
love all the jokes.
That's not where
Get the turtle wax out.
The little racing stripe down the side with the pins.
I got to keep this look going till Halloween so I can draw an arrow and it can just be Avatar.
Yes!
And that would be Aang. Like you're pulling the cancer card just to make people uncomfortable. And like the humor in that is just... Because you're right. It's one of those things like the moment
I gotta
you
use it
hear...
while I have it.
Like the moment the people hear, "Oh, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? Did you give it to me?" She's over here like, "I'm writing that one down."
Right?
You know how uncomfortable that would make somebody? Like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you got cancer. Did you give it to me?"
I want you to know I'm going to use that.
I want to
I
know.
will give you credit 100%.
Oh, I want to know. It's bad.
You need to record that.
I will.
Or just seeing their face and seeing how long it takes.
Just snap a picture right after you say it.
Did you give it to me?
Yes. I'm gonna have to use that to benefit. Everyone's gonna be. I feel like everyone's gonna be all like sad there, and I hope
so
not.
Sorry. Why'd you give it to me?
No reason for that. Come on now. But I'm using that 100%.
This is cancer. It's not an STD. It doesn't work that way. She's even cringing at that one, like, ugh.
Well, I just thought, I'm like, well, there is one cancer you can get from an STD.
But the following one for your birthday, they might be able to kidnap you for the show if you're up for it.
Yep.
And if you're feeling good. If not, then okay, we'll find a different time. But
don't fake it.
Yeah, definitely. If you're not up for it, don't push yourself.
I may or may not be getting another round of chemo. They're not for sure yet that week. So if that's the case, then I'll probably be out. But if not, I'll definitely keep you guys updated.
Okay. Yeah, because it'd be cool to meet you.
Yeah.
But we also know what the chemo and everything does to the body and the amount of toll it takes on you. So no faking it. No. Oh, I'm good. No, you look like death warmed over. No, you are not good. Go back to bed and rest. There will be other concerts. He will make the trip up here.
Yes. And I don't know where you are, but if there's anything in your area, I definitely want to go. Like, I want to broaden my horizons with all of this. I love music. I love going to concerts.
Road trip.
I actually live in Hastings. I work in Grand Island, and I'm in Lincoln quite a bit. Kearney. They're starting to kind of get some stuff in Grand Island going on. Omaha's always got shit going on. Let's see. Topeka, Kansas City, Lawrence, Junction City, Manhattan's pretty well dead anymore on the music scene. Wichita, Kansas has really got stuff going on. So I've got enough little fingers and feelers in multiple locations, and most of the places have really amazing music.
I know that you said that you are the type to announce that you're going to be there. Do you do that publicly so that I'm able to kind of see what, like, follow you too?
Uh, if it's stuff like that, I usually always push interested. So like
Okay.
it'll still show up on the news feed,
Hmm.
but like the majority of the time I always put interested because it still shows up on my news feed. Like, oh, this guy's interested in going to this concert, so maybe we should check it out, or it's something somebody doesn't know
Mm-hmm.
about. So very rarely do I make things public because I don't want to let the bands down in case I can't make it, or I mean, there's obviously different things come up that either make it so I can't, but if I say I'm interested, then that gives people an idea that I might be there or sparks interest with other people to show them about this
Well,
versus
I'm also able to see, like, I'm definitely going to be following you after this. Like, I can see events that Amanda says like she's interested in too. So hopefully those will pop up, and then we'll all be, and then Amanda and I will have to road trip,
yeah,
come
I
see him
mean
down.
literally if I see a show or hear about something, I most of the time I'm not too picky on the music, but I mean if it's say pop country like on the radio or there's a metal concert going on, the majority of the time I'm going to be going to the metal concert unless like everyone from the country one invite me, like, personally contact me like, hey man, we'd really love you to come out to the show. Okay, you guys invited me. I'll come out and I'll give it a shot because that's where I found some of the. I've had a couple of shows where I ended up going to them because I was back in Kansas one time and I was like, hey, where are the shows at this weekend? And this band called Illyria from Salina messaged me and they're like, hey, dude, we're doing a show out in bumfuck Egypt. It's like $10 and there's 12 bands and they none of them were really my style of music, but the energy and the vibe and the feel from it was so amazing that all those bands I started following, and I just had such a great time with it not being in my wheelhouse. And I let everybody know, I was like, this isn't my normal wheelhouse, but I'm enjoying the hell out of it. So I thank them for inviting me, and I've been to quite a few more shows that Illyria has been on in recent time. I've been to two of their house parties that they had. One of them was the day before I threw out my back, and then one was about a year later. And I told them if I threw out my back again, I was going to kick all their asses. But yeah, I try to find. I'm not. I like what I like, and there's not many bands that I don't enjoy. But I'll give everybody a shot because, like, if I go to a show and record a band that, like, Siphon, for instance, they have no music out other than what I've recorded for them. So it gives them people an opportunity to hear them because they've been in the studio working on stuff. It gives them an opportunity to still have something out there for people to hear.
Hmm.
Or like there a lot of bands at the beginning struggle to make the money to be able to go into the studio unless they're like personally financing it.
Mm-hmm.
So giving them more of an option of being able to have something to listen to or something to hear or help generate noise in their direction gives is kind of why I enjoy doing what I do, and it gives bands the a feeling that like obviously if we'll say Eminem rolls through, everybody wants to go there and take pictures of him because everybody knows what he sounds like and everything like this. It gives the bands the same type of feeling to have somebody come out to shows that is taking photos and doing videos to help them out. And there are so many local bands that are just as good, if not better, than the mainstream bands. So if I can help promote those guys or gals or space aliens or whatever they identify as, then, if somebody likes them or shows up to their shows or buys a t-shirt because of a video or something I did, awesome.
I
So
like that.
I do it because I enjoy it. I love the underground scene, the local scene. I mean, hell, I worked at a record store for a while, and that was when I was in a band. So anytime people would come in and be like, "Hey, we need an earring. Cool, here's a show flyer." So I'm like promoting bars and shows and everything like that because, I mean, it's what I got into. And you meet amazing people along the way. So
That's awesome.
I need to get up and start moving around.
Oh, you need to go vape?
No, freaking body's starting to cramp up. I got old and decrepit, hamstring injuries, and yeah, I probably need to go vape. But nicotine's nicotine. And most of the time, I can kind of look by it. But plus, I mean, we got a ton of content for this interview, and it's amazing to talk to you guys. And we'll definitely, hopefully, see you at one of the shows in the near
Yes.
future. And
Yeah.
I know I'm going to see you again at a show. Because anytime Evil Shadows is there, you're right there with him.
I have to take obligatory spouse pictures.
Well, and you also have to babysit him, too. Like, here's the stage. I know you're a vocalist. Here's the stage. Okay, stand here. Here's the microphone. Okay, sing.
You do tell them when to scream and everything, so kind of got to be there.
Yep.
Get a hold of a sign. Scream! Scream! Yell!
Just hold up all the lyrics.
Oh, that would help.
But for the
He
wrong,
said that would help.
But for the wrong song, be like, okay, light it up.
Seriously. Just mix them all up. Just one big massive random song.
Those don't even go together. You got 4 different songs there.
Then when the song's done, turn around and be like, applause. Pretend you like it.
Pretend you like
Yell,
it.
scream, applaud. Man, then
Uh-oh, Gary's butt hurt now.
Vince Neil's got backing tracks and he can't sing worth a shit right now. So, and they say that they're pre-recorded backing tracks of him singing, and yeah. You watch some of the live music that they have out, it's horrible. The recordings are good, but the live concerts not so much.
For who?
Motley Crue. But also, there's the wear and tear on the body, the damage that you've done to your vocal cords, the not staying in. Oh, trust me, I know all about damaging vocal cords. I was yeller. I could hit the high screams where I was pegging the board out at like the big venues where I was pegging it into red, and they'd have to lower it. The low growls, I could do the mids, and I refused to sing because it was an aggressive metal band, so that was the style that I did.